Welcome to the City of Cypress's 2025 State of the City. I'm Mayor David Burke. I'm grateful that all of you could join us tonight, despite the last-minute change of venue. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing some of our accomplishments of the past year and reflecting on what really makes Cypress such a special place to live. First, I'd like to recognize some guests in attendance with us this evening. Let's thank the city staff members who worked behind the scenes to make this event possible. I'd also like to thank the Cypress Chamber of Commerce for their ongoing partnership with the city and support of tonight's event. And it's an honor to recognize my colleagues on the Cypress City Council. Please hold your applause until the end. Mayor Pro Tem Leo Madrano, Councilmember Bonnie Pete, and Councilmember Kyle Chang. It's an honor to serve our city with you. By many measures, this is the most diverse city council we have had in quite some time. And as a resident recently remarked, that diversity is one of our strengths. Lastly, I want to recognize some guests who are special to me. My parents are here tonight. Mom and Dad, thank you for your limitless love and support. I'm the proud son of two public school teachers, and they set a model for me to follow, so I love you, Mom and Dad. I didn't cry when I was practicing. To my wife, Courtney, you're a wonderful mother and a supportive partner. And not only that, but you've literally saved us thousands of dollars by serving as my personal therapist after council meetings. So thank you so much, honey. I love you. My family and I moved to Cypress in 2021. Truthfully, we did not know much about the city before we got here. We were looking for a home for our growing family, and in the midst of a housing search that lasted a long time and spanned most of Orange County, a friend told us to check out Cypress. We took a chance and ended up here, not knowing what the future would hold. And I could not have told you what the state of the city of Cypress was back then. But after serving on the council since 2022, enrolling our son in a local public school, and attending more events and programs than I can count, I can confidently tell you the state of our city tonight. The state of the city of Cypress is outstanding. Cypress is a wonderful place to live. We have all those foundational elements in place that you want in a city. Safe streets, great schools, residents who care deeply about our community. But I also want to highlight what really makes Cypress special, the spirit that unites us. And that is the overwhelming decency and goodness that shines every day in our diverse city. In Cypress, we have so much to be thankful for, beginning with public safety. You may know that Cypress is consistently ranked among the safest cities in the entire state of California. In 2025, the overall crime rate in Cypress actually dropped by 18% compared to last year. There were declines in major categories, including a 41% decrease in drug offenses, a 36% drop in motor vehicle theft, and a 28% decrease in burglaries. And we're not resting on our laurels. This year, we hired 8 new officers, promoted 3 officers to the rank of sergeant, 1 to the rank of lieutenant, and 1 to the rank of captain. We're also working on innovative new programs to make our community even safer. E-bikes are one of the #1 things that residents reach out to us council members about in Cypress, throughout Orange County. So last year, our police department partnered with Lexington Junior High School on an e-bike safety education program so that students could learn the rules of the road. And if they want to bring their e-bike to school, go through training and get registered to make our roads even safer. This year, that program was expanded to include Cypress High School as well, so that soon enough, every student who comes up through our school district will know the rules of the road and know how to be safe on an e-bike in our community. That's on top of the normal things our officers do. Checkpoint screening for over 2,000 vehicles, DUI stops, traffic enforcement. Our officers consistently go above and beyond, and our community appreciates their hard work here. That's no more apparent than in the support from the Cypress Police Foundation. For 15 years, the Cypress Police Foundation has made generous donations to support our local police. A couple years ago, they donated a brand new van for the Police Explorers program. Last year, they donated 8 automated license plate readers, which were distributed throughout the city this year. And those license plate readers are already paying dividends. They lead to quicker apprehension of criminals, better recovery of stolen property, and solving cases that might otherwise remain unsolved. So, to our Cypress Police Foundation members in attendance tonight, thank you for supporting our police and making our community safer. The crime statistics don't tell the whole story. When I think about our police department, what really sets them apart are the extra efforts they make to connect with residents. It's the way that they're at the community festival every year or hold their open house so that kids can sit on one of their motorcycles. It's the way that when we have the first day of school, they partner with other jurisdictions so that we have a visible show of force, so everybody knows to be extra safe around our local school kids. It's the way they get to know our neighborhood so well that many residents know our officers by name. It's in those interactions that our police department shows its true character. So thank you to every one of our officers for your service to our city, and to the man at the top of the organization, Chief Mark Louderback. Chief, your knowledge and experience, your honesty and your decency sets the right tone here in Cypress, and I speak on behalf of the entire City Council in expressing my gratitude. Always working. I'd also like to recognize the great work of our local firefighters from Station 17. Now, it's been my honor to serve as our city's representative this year on the Orange County Fire Authority. I've learned so much. It's a fantastic organization, well run, with so many dedicated employees. And if you want to know how effective the service that we get here in Cypress is, we had an outside consultant who audited the Orange County Fire Authority's response times and service levels this year. This is what the consultant had to say. The Orange County Fire Authority's response times were, quote, the best metropolitan service metric they had seen in 5 years. Let's give it up for our local firefighters. In addition to public safety, we've also made continued investments in infrastructure, another one of those foundational elements. This year, we resurfaced 41 lane miles of roadway, replaced over 10,000 square feet of sidewalks, and upgraded or replaced 61 traffic signal controllers citywide. We're also improving existing bike lanes or adding new lanes on Orange Avenue, Ball Road, and Valley View. And this year, the council will be considering a new bicycle master plan to create more cohesive bike lanes throughout the entire city. We're also not afraid to get down and dirty. We're partnering with the Orange County Sanitation District on a project to extend the life of our sewer pipes by over 50 years and increase capacity throughout the region. So our team is hard at work, making progress. That's our city motto. That's what we're supposed to do. It's in large part to our public works staff and our public works director, Nick Mankalikiri, who was appointed to the position in April of this year after working in Cypress for 18 years. Those investments in public safety and infrastructure would not be possible without a strong financial foundation. We have that strong financial foundation in Cypress. Our reserves remain robust at over 3 times our general fund's annual operating budget. And we've maintained a balanced budget while making the aforementioned investments in public safety and infrastructure. And of course, if you know me, you know I'm going to talk about our pension situation. Now, a city's unfunded pension liability often looms as this intimidating specter of debt, frequently the largest debt that a city possesses, $50, $60 million or more. When cities let that get out of control, that's how they get into real financial trouble. So one of the first things I did after getting elected was try and better understand our situation here in Cypress. I met with city staff. I asked a lot of questions. We discussed ideas. At one point I asked, so when will we have enough money in our pension trust to pay off our city's entire liability? We didn't know the answer. So our finance director, Matt Burton, got straight to work. Eventually, a plan was presented to the council and unanimously approved to be able to pay off the city's entire unfunded liability by the end of the decade, something that would put us ahead of virtually every other city in California. That's not even the best part. I'm proud to report that tonight we are on pace to achieve that goal. Yeah. Another critical part of our city's financial foundation is our relationship with local businesses. And we excel in attracting new businesses to Cypress every day. This year, the Murray Company, a national mechanical engineering and contracting firm, relocated their headquarters from Los Angeles to Cypress, bringing 300 employees along with them. They're not alone. Raymond West Handling, which helps other businesses with logistics supplies and design expertise, chose Cypress as its corporate headquarters. And with 363 employees, they are now one of the top 10 employers in the city. We will also be celebrating the grand opening of Mitsuwa Marketplace, a Japanese supermarket chain, next month. That will further help diversify our retail offerings. We also support our local businesses here through programs. 32 businesses participated in our Level Up digital marketing program and 30 in our Next Up business growth program. These programs give businesses tools to help improve, expand, and stay in Cypress for the long term. And we awarded $364,000 in grants to graduates. Thank you to our planning director, Alicia Velasco, and the rest of our team for continuing to strengthen the relationship between our city and the business community. Now, talking about our business community wouldn't be complete without highlighting the business where the Burke family personally spends the most time. It's the only business I know of where you can get a set of tires for your car, an indoor sauna, and a $5 rotisserie chicken all in the same trip. I, of course, am talking about Costco, which celebrated 20 years in Cypress in 2025. Over those 20 years, the Cypress location has grown into one of the largest volume stores in Southern California, or as Matt Burton likes to say, cha-ching. Costco recently expanded its pharmacy. They're planning to expand their gas station. It seems like there's essentially nothing Costco can't do. And with so many great options here in the city, it's easier than ever to shop local and keep our tax dollars right here in Cypress. That economic development must go hand in hand with the development of new housing. It's no secret that it's more difficult than ever for young families to afford a home in Southern California. It's a generational challenge. It's not our job in Cypress to solve the entire state housing crisis on our own, but we're committed to doing our part. And that's why we partnered with the Olson Group on a new 20-unit development on Lincoln Avenue that includes 5 units that are in the not just affordable range, but in the very affordable range, which is something you do not see often. We've added 65 affordable units to Cypress in the last 2 years, and we are committed to making strides in that area so that new families can join and contribute to our community. We're lucky to be in Cypress. We have safe streets, solid infrastructure, and money in the bank. We also have something else that attracts new families to Cypress every day: our fantastic public schools. So many families come to Cypress and stay in Cypress because of our schools, believe me, and with good reason. In the Cypress School District, our elementary students receive a well-rounded education. There's small group instruction, STEM learning, music classes, and more. The district this year even launched a brand new scratch cooking initiative that brings farm-to-table produce and freshly prepared meals into school cafeterias. Our kids are enjoying nutritious breakfasts and delicious lunches every single day right here in Cypress. The only downside of that program is that when my 5-year-old is being served organic grass-fed beef bulgogi and kale Caesar salad in the school cafeteria, it's a little hard for mom and dad to compete at home. So some sloppy joes every now and then is just fine. Give us a chance. At the upper grade levels, the Anaheim Union High School District is nationally recognized for leadership and innovative programs, like a first in the nation partnership with Google to provide career certificates to students in fields like data analytics and user experience design. The AUHSD also leads the entire state in civic education, with 20 schools designated as California Democracy Schools. And boy, is that more important than ever. The district's educational pledge offers free first-year tuition at Cypress College and Fullerton College for students so they can help further their education and reach better opportunities. I can't overstate how important it is to have such wonderful programs from TK through high school all the way through Cypress College right here in our city. So to our many Cypress School District, AUHSD, and Cypress College representatives and employees here tonight, thank you for everything you do. Our schools reflect the character of our community at its best. Students and teachers, administrators working so hard, working together. But it's also about the parents and the grandparents who volunteer their time or get involved to make our schools and our community an even better place. I want to highlight one such community leader and volunteer tonight. 36-year Cypress resident George Pardon exemplifies the spirit that makes Cypress great. Over the years, George has absolutely dedicated himself to serving others. Early on, George learned a lot about our city by, this is unbelievable, attending every city council meeting from 2007 to 2013. I don't even think all the council members did that. George has volunteered at the Cypress Parks and Recreation Halloween Carnival and Fashion Show, the City Job and Resource Fair, and the Cypress Senior Center. He's provided tax preparation services absolutely free of charge to our local seniors through the AARP's tax aid program. He's helped the Cypress Boys and Girls Club with their homework club. He even helped gather 20 volunteers to build Habitat for Humanity homes on Lincoln Avenue. He continues to volunteer and pray and hand out groceries at a local food pantry. He's been deeply involved in Landell Elementary School's PTA. And this year, George took the lead in setting up a brand new foundation to help financially support our local students. On top of all that, George and his wife Lynn are a constant fixture at fundraisers for local nonprofits. And they even, along with their grandsons, hand deliver Girl Scout cookies to our local police and firefighters, which they've been doing for 10 years. Chances are, if you live in Cypress, George Pardon has made a positive impact on your life, whether you know it or not. Now, George isn't shy about sharing his opinions. And he and I, there's plenty that we don't agree on. But what brings us together is a shared desire to serve our community and help others. George, thank you for your contributions to our community. It's my honor to call you a friend. Speaking of friendship, when I think about where connections are made and what brings our community together, I think about our local parks and community events. In 2025, it is more important than ever to get away from screens, get outside, run around, and have fun like we used to in the old days, the 1990s. And we have the places to do it in Cypress. This spring, our Parks District started with a bang with the grand reopening of the reimagined Arnold Cypress Park. Now, Arnold Cypress Park is older than the city of Cypress itself. So you can imagine the condition it was in and that it could benefit from some improvements. After years of planning and hard work, this is what Arnold Cypress Park looks like today. Welcome to the grand opening of the reimagined Arnold Cypress Park.
Wow, I'm just blown away. The pickleball courts, these, baseball, softball fields, I mean, this is awesome. I must say that City of Cypress is ahead of the curve here. 8 dedicated courts with lights and all the court dividers. I mean, just really beyond state of the art.
This is a super upgrade. About 10 years ago, actually 15 years ago, we used to live right in apartments in the back here, and I would walk my daughters over here just to use the swings. Now we're in the future here, and she's 13, playing volleyball. The oldest is already off to college playing volleyball. We're gonna definitely utilize this park. It was something I was excited about. Didn't really know it was gonna be open today. Picked her up from school, came over and was like, yes.
In 6 short months, Arnold Cypress Park has been an absolute hive of activity, with over 1,000 hours of permitted field use, and get this, an average of 9,000 pickleball players per month. Come on. I encourage you to take advantage of everything Arnold Cypress Park has to offer. And of course, Arnold Cypress is just one of about 20 parks that we have in our city. And one of my top priorities is making sure that every park is up to the standard that our residents deserve. As the parent of young kids, I've probably spent more time in parks the past 5 years than I did in the previous 20. And in speaking with so many parents and grandparents at our parks, it became clear to me that our parks have so much to offer, but that there's also room for improvement. Much of the playground equipment in our parks is already 20 years old, and some of it's not scheduled to be replaced for another 10 years. Many of our playgrounds can also benefit from more shade, which can make such a huge difference for kids on those hot summer days. And so this year, Councilmember Chang and I gave our Recreation and Community Services Commissioners an important assignment. Send multiple commissioners to visit every park in the city of Cypress. Make observations, take notes, come back to us with recommendations about shade, playground equipment, and opportunities for new amenities. How did our commissioners respond? They absolutely exceeded our expectations. Not only did they do everything that we asked of them, but they came back to us with even more valuable information. One commissioner identified a playground that didn't have nearby seating, so parents couldn't easily supervise their kids. So we can look at putting seating on that playground soon. Other commissioners spotted opportunities for security enhancement or proposed the idea for a sensory all access playground for kids of all abilities. The work that our commissioners did can serve as the foundation of a comprehensive plan to make sure that our parks are a cornerstone of our community for years to come. And we did it the right way. We didn't pay tens of thousands of dollars to some outside consultant. We didn't rely on the opinion of people who don't live here. We relied on the residents who spend time in our parks every day to come up with those recommendations. And I promise to work with my colleagues on the City Council to turn those recommendations into reality. In addition to our parks, we have so many wonderful events and programs throughout the year. We have the Spring Egg Hunt, Salute to America, the Cypress Run, the Cypress Community Festival, the Women's Conference, the Holiday Sing, and our summer concerts on the green. Now, as a former event producer myself, I know that for every hour of these events, there are 50 hours that it takes to plan and organize them. So let's give it up to our recreation staff and team for these wonderful events all year round. Speaking of going above and beyond, this year our senior commissioners helped launch a new program, Seniors Alert, Independent, and Living Safely. With this program, which is a partnership between the police department and the senior center, seniors learn how to better protect themselves against fraud and identity theft, be more prepared for emergencies, and take other steps to enhance their quality of life. It's always so inspiring when our residents and city staff members can partner together to create a wonderful program. And there's one more example I'd like to highlight that's right over that way at the Cypress Library. Now, the Cypress Library is a gem in our community with over 160,000 visitors every year and over 400 programs that bring people together. We've been to our share of story times and craft making with our kids. For my first 2 years on the council, I served as our rep on the Orange County Public Library Board, and I learned about a program called the Library of Things. Now, this is a program where you can check out so much more than books. You can check out games, musical instruments, tools, kitchen items, and more. This program aligned very closely with our values, and so I worked with the county to get it started in Cypress as soon as possible. The Library of Things launched in Cypress last year in the spring, and it's been a resounding success. With over 400 items checked out in less than a year. But you know me, I wondered, could we do better? And that's where the Friends of Cypress Library stepped up. Now, the Friends of Cypress Library is a nonprofit organization made up of residents, and they offered to make a generous donation of $2,500 to support our Library of Things. The City Council agreed to match that donation with another $2,500. And thanks to those contributions, we can expand our collection to include bicycle repair kits, gardening tools, a telescope, a sewing machine, children's toys, and more. And I am told That will give the city of Cypress the most expansive library of things in all of Orange County. Not bad for our little town. We're lucky to have so many wonderful residents and community partners in Cypress. And it's been such an honor for me to have a front row seat for that this year. To be honest, I did not expect to be the mayor of Cypress in 2025. Near the end of 2024, I told Courtney, honey, I know this year's been hectic, but 2025 will be our chance to slow things down, relax, maybe organize the garage. And it suffices to say that didn't happen. This is probably the busiest year we've ever had. But when I became mayor, I knew I had to make the most of it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I wanted to say yes as much as I could and make the most of it, both in council meetings and in the community. And I'm so proud of what we've accomplished as a council this year. We made it easier for council members to get items on the agenda. And that may sound like a small thing to you, but it's taken discussions that used to happen behind closed doors and made them public. It's led to more transparency and discussion. And in my opinion, it's made it easier for us to address residents' concerns. Councilmember Chang led the way on a new ordinance to protect kids near daycare centers and parks against the dangers of secondhand smoke. And we also recently made it easier than ever for residents to participate in our meetings and make public comments, whether you're in person or at home. I can promise you that this group of council members and staff members is dedicated to solving your problems and addressing your concerns. There's a lot more work to do. I've got a 4-page document back in my home office to prove it, but I'm proud of what we've accomplished this year as a council. What I'm most proud of, however, is not anything that has happened during a council meeting. And it's not anything that you've read about in a newspaper. What I'm most proud of is the spirit that unites us here in Cypress. Now, politicians talk a lot about unity and division these days. But for too many of them, their idea of unity means that you agree with them. And anyone who questions them or criticizes their decisions gets labeled as divisive. If you expect to have that kind of unity in our city or our country, let me save you the suspense. It's never going to happen, nor should it. Respectful debate and civil discourse are the lifeblood of a functioning democracy. And if you have made a good decision, it can stand up to scrutiny and criticism. Our goal in Cypress should not be to foster unity of opinion. It should be to create a competitive marketplace of ideas where everyone can be heard and the best ideas win. Where we can find unity is in the shared values of helping each other and using our time on this earth to make things just a little bit better for our neighbors. To quote one of my heroes, Jackie Robinson, "A life does not have value except in the impact it has on other lives." And after attending dozens of events and speaking to hundreds, if not thousands, of Cypress residents this year, what struck me was not our differences. It was that we are a community full of people dedicated to making that positive impact. It's the seroptimists who give scholarships to young women who have endured immense hardships so that they can improve their education and have a better life. It's the residents who started singing at Salute to America when the power went out in the middle of the national anthem. It's the Cypress Community Festival volunteers who spend hundreds of hours every year to create a free event that celebrates our city. It's residents like George Pardon who spend more time volunteering in retirement than most people spend at full-time jobs. That is what makes the city of Cypress so special. It's an entire city of people who are united not by political beliefs, but by a shared desire to help each other. That is what brings us together, and that is what will always bring us together. If we can hang on to that, the city of Cypress will remain a great place to live for many years to come. Thank you.